Daily Slow English.
Do you have difficulty following a film or a series in English without subtitles?
Do native speakers sometimes speak so fast that you catch absolutely nothing they said?
Well, if you answered yes to either of those questions, hello, this episode is made just for you.
Welcome back to Daily Slow English. Today, we're talking about how to actually improve your listening when it comes to fast spoken English.
We're going to give you 5 practical techniques, things you can go away and use today, not someday, today.
Reduced form, content words, chunking, shadowing, and speed listening. A lot to cover, so let us jump straight in.
Technique number 1, and honestly, this is the main reason most learners struggle with fast English. People reduce their words.
What does reduce mean? It means words get squashed together and they sound completely different from how they look written down.
Classic example. Want to becomes wanna, and do you want to becomes do you wanna. That is 4 separate words squashed into 2 sounds.
And there are so many more. Going to becomes gonna. I don't know becomes dunna. Give me becomes gimme. These are everywhere, in films, in series, in real conversations.
Then we have the big 3 that trip up almost every learner. Could have becomes coulda, should have becomes shoulda, and would have becomes woulda.
Think about this. You are watching Netflix with English subtitles. You read, "We should have taken a taxi." But what you actually hear is, "We should have taken a taxi." No wonder you are confused.
And then you think, why can I not understand this? I read the subtitle, I know those words, but I could not process the sound. It is not your fault. The written form and the spoken form are just 2 completely different things. Once you know reduced forms exist, everything starts to make sense.
One important rule. Reduced forms are never used in written English. Ever. Only in spoken casual speech. So please do not write gonna in your emails. But do expect to hear it absolutely everywhere in real life.
A few more to know. What are you doing becomes what you doing. Has to becomes hasta. Because becomes 'cause. Getting familiar?
The moment you start recognizing these forms, your brain can relax. Instead of panicking when you miss a word, you simply say, "Oh, that was just a reduced form. I know what that is now."
Technique number 2, and this one is extremely useful when you are listening in real time. Focus on content words.
Content words are your nouns, your verbs, your adjectives. They carry the actual meaning of a sentence. Function words like prepositions and conjunctions are often said quickly and quietly, and sometimes disappear completely.
Here's a great example. I'm going to the shop to buy some milk. If you catch just 4 words, going, shop, buy, milk, you understand the whole meaning perfectly.
You might miss the to and the and the some entirely, but you still understand because the content words gave you everything you needed.
And here is something fascinating. The more English input you get, podcasts, films, radio, the faster your brain builds patterns. It actually starts predicting what the next word will be before you even hear it.
Yes, the brain is a pattern machine. It is doing this without you even trying. And that prediction skill is a huge part of what real fluency feels like. Words arriving before you have to search for them. The more input you feed your brain, the faster those patterns lock in.
Technique number 3, chunking. We really love this one. Chunking means learning groups of words together as one single unit instead of word by word.
If you stop to look up every single word you do not know in a sentence, you end up with a list of words. But if you accept the meaning of the whole sentence, you start to feel the language.
There's actually research on this. 20% of what young English-speaking children say is in frozen phrases. They learn "can I have" as one chunk, long before they know what a modal verb even is.
So, learning "can I have a black coffee, please" as one whole chunk is faster and more natural than studying the verb can separately first. Your brain stores it as one piece and pulls it out instantly when you need it. That is why phrases feel more natural than words you build one by one.
The key rule with chunking: stop looking up every single word if you already understand the meaning of the whole sentence. Understanding the sentence is the goal, not every individual word.
Best way to build chunks? Watch series and films. When you hear a phrase that sounds natural and useful, press pause, say it out loud, and go again. It sticks in your memory so much faster this way.
Which brings us to technique number 4, shadowing. One of the most powerful techniques for training your ears and your mouth to work together at the same time.
Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it out loud. No thinking, no translating, just pure reaction. Copy the speed, the rhythm, and the sounds as closely as you can.
You can do this with any video you enjoy. Find a scene, press pause after 2 or 3 sentences, repeat exactly what you heard.
Shadowing trains your brain to process English faster. It also naturally improves your accent because you are physically copying real sounds, not just reading words on a page.
And you do not need an hour. 5 minutes of shadowing every day compounds over weeks into something really significant. It is one of those habits that feels small, but genuinely changes everything.
And here's a little secret. If it feels slightly uncomfortable at first, that means it's working. Growth in language learning almost always lives just outside the comfort zone.
And our 5th and final technique, speed listening. This is about deliberately training your ears to handle different speeds of English.
Start by listening at normal speed, then increase by 10 to 20%. It feels uncomfortable at first, but your brain adapts much faster than you think it will.
If you are struggling with a particular accent or speed, do the opposite. Slow the audio down first. Build your understanding there. Then slowly work back up to normal speed.
You can do this right now on YouTube. Go into settings on any video and change the playback speed. Try 1.2 or 1.5 times speed. It feels strange at first, but within a week your ears adjust, and then normal speed starts to feel slow. It is such a simple tool, and most people never think to use it.
And with all 5 of these techniques, the key is consistency. Small practice every day is far more powerful than one long session once a week.
Pick just one technique to start with this week. Make it a habit. Then add the next one. You do not have to do everything at once. Just start.
All right, let us round up. 5 techniques for understanding fast spoken English.
1. Learn your reduced forms. They are everywhere, and now you know why they confused you. 2. Focus on content words. Trust your brain to fill in the gaps and build patterns over time.
3. Chunk your phrases as one unit. 4. Shadow every day, even just 5 minutes. 5. Change your playback speed and train your ears deliberately.
If you have been struggling with fast English, it is not your fault. You just needed the right tools, and now you have them.
Remember, every advanced English speaker you admire went through this exact same stage. The confusion with fast speech is completely normal and completely temporary.
And there will be a moment, and it always comes, when something just clicks. You hear a sentence at full speed, and you understand it without thinking. That moment is coming for you.
There is no shortcut to listening fluency, but there is a path, and it is made of small daily input, real exposure, and deliberate practice. The 5 techniques we shared today are that path.
Every episode you listen to, every film scene you shadow, every phrase you learn as a chunk, it all adds up. Trust the process. The results will come.
If this episode helped you today, please like it and subscribe to Daily Slow English for more lessons just like this one every week.